To begin this lesson, let's create a new fresh score. If you have a score already open, go ahead and close it to get to the Quick Start window. You can also use Command-N or Control-N to start a new score. From the New Score tab, under the No Category bar, I want you to choose either the treble staff or bass staff manuscript paper, whichever clef you're most comfortable with. I'm going to choose the treble staff, and when you've made your decision, go ahead and double-click on the manuscript paper icon to skip the new score setup process and open the score. Once the score is open, if you need to, maximize the window and close any undesirable floating panels that may appear. You'll actually want the keypad panel to be visible, so you can leave it in place if it appears. If you don't see the keypad panel, you can use the shortcut Command-Option-K on Mac or Control-Alt-K on Windows to make it visible. Or you can visit the View tab, the Panels group, and check Keypad. Let's also test your time signature skills by adding a 4/4 time signature to the beginning of this score. Escape so that nothing is selected. Press the letter T for time signature. Select the 4/4 time signature. And then go ahead and click it in over here at the very beginning of the score, just next to the clef. And escape. If you'd like to hide the playback line, you can do that as well. Go to the View tab, the Invisibles group, and uncheck Playback Line. And let's go ahead and save this score so that we can come back to it later. Command-S on Mac or Control-S on Windows. Go ahead and give it a name. And click Save. So now you have a nice, clean, simple blank canvas for practicing note input. But before you start inputting notes, you need to become more familiar with the keypad panel. Go ahead and position the keypad panel somewhere in the middle of the screen for now. You can just grab it by its title bar and drag it over. The on-screen keypad panel is where you're going to select all of your note durations, accidentals, articulations, and ties so that you can input them into your score page. There are a few things you need to know about this panel in order to be successful getting started with it. First, notice that the keypad panel has 6 separate layouts that are accessible from a button row at the top of the panel. For now, I want you to make sure that you remain in keypad layout number 1, which is the Common Notes layout. If you notice that your keypad layout changes, make sure you go back and click on the button for keypad layout number 1 to return it to your Common Notes layout. Next, at the bottom of the keypad panel, there's another button row, numbered 1 through 4 plus all. These are your voice selectors. Sibelius allows up to 4 voices per staff. If you click on the voice selectors, you'll see that they're color-coded. Voice 1 is blue, Voice 2 is green, Voice 3 is orange, and Voice 4 is purple. I always want you to make sure that you remain in Voice 1, the blue-colored voice. If you start inputting notes and they appear in any of the other colors, green, orange, or purple, then you should immediately stop, undo, and get yourself back into Voice 1 by clicking on that Voice 1 button at the bottom of the keypad. A few smaller notes about the keypad and specifically keypad layout number 1. The large button on the bottom right-hand corner with the curved line in it is a tie, not a slur. It's a very common mistake for beginners to think that they can input a slur using that button on the keypad, but you can't. It's definitely a tie. Also in keypad layout number 1, there are 2 dots. The dot at the top of the keypad, next to the other note head markings, is a staccato marking. The dot at the bottom of the keypad is a rhythm dot that you can add to any of the selected note values to increase their value by 1/2. So be sure to keep all of these things in mind as you get started using the keypad for note input.